Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. To start off today's video, I am going to be unboxing a new product from Melody Susie that just launched, and I thought it was a pretty cool product, so I cannot wait to show you guys and just hear what you think about it in the comments. But before we get into it, I'm just unboxing everything, showing you what it comes with. I love those little stickers, how they include them. All of the Melody Susie products are animated. I think they're so cute. And then for each order, of course, it comes with a thank you card and how you can reach them if you do have any problems. But now for the good part. So here is the new nail dryer I'm going to be unboxing, and the name of this recently changed. I don't know if it was like after the boxes and stuff were printed, but this is now the P+20F UV protection rechargeable UV/LED nail lamp. The first thing I noticed about this product itself was the packaging and how small it was, because we all know that nail dryers and nail lamps do not come in boxes this small. So I was just wondering like what this was gonna look like, and I didn't go to the Melody Susie website to look at the product because when I unboxed this, I wanted it to be a blind reaction, or like, you know, I just kind of wanted to see it for myself. And then after I opened it, I did go back to their website to look at more of the features and everything that I wanted to know about it. So yeah, I did look on the website after, but before going into it, I had no idea what this was going to look like. Of course, in the box we get a user manual which shows you how the product works, all of the features, the specifications, what the buttons are, and everything like that. Even though this nail dryer is very self-explanatory, it's very simple and straight to the point. If you do have any problems, I do suggest that you look through that booklet and really make sure that you are reading it. But yeah, that's just what the overall light looks like. It does have ventilation holes on the top so that the product doesn't overheat. Also in the package, it does come with a separate box which contains the C-port charger and a wall piece. I love when products come with their own wall piece because I feel like I never have enough. Just a lot of cords hanging around. So I love when products include that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at the actual lamp. I will be showing you guys all of the features that I am aware of. So as you guys just saw, I did go ahead and swing over the top. That is how we get to the LED screen and the buttons. It do have two different timer settings, which is 36 seconds and a 65-second settings, which you can see there on the LED screen. It also shows you the battery percentage, which was already fully charged. So the main purpose of this light and how it's designed, we can all agree that it is kind of weird that it looks like this because it's definitely not a normal light. But the main focus and the reason for this special design is it is supposed to be 80% less UV exposure to your hands, because we all know that can create uneven skin tone or even result into other health problems. So this is how the light would work if you are going to do a 5-finger cure, like a full hand. We can adjust this swing out part, like the top part does swing out to I believe 240 degrees, so it is adjustable. And if you are wondering how we are going to fit our thumb, there is a special little compartment here on the side where we can fit our thumb to cure, and that way the only parts of our hand that's being exposed to the UV light is going to be our nails, only the tips, and that way the other parts of our hand are not being exposed to it. Also, the little compartment for the thumb does work for 1-finger curing as well, so you don't have to have this whole entire lamp swing out. Also, it does swing the other way for our left hand as well. And I'm just showing here, there is like this little sticker on there that says please put your nails in this area. I don't know if you are supposed to remove it, but I'm not going to remove it, just as a reminder that when I'm curing, to have my hand like just within range, because if it's too far to the left or too far to the right, it's probably not going to cure as, you know, evenly, or it's not going to be cured properly. So I'm going to leave that sticker on there as a reminder to me. It does have a silicone anti-slip grip underneath it, so it doesn't move out of place when you're using it. And if you were wondering about the price, it is listed on their website for $69.99, and I think this is a really affordable light. I love the features of it. It's definitely different from anything I've seen, especially for a nail lamp. So if you want to check it out, I will have it linked down below for you guys to look at if you want to look at more of the features. I will have it linked down below, and I do have a discount code for Melody Susie, which is key12, and it will save you 12% off your entire order. So make sure to check all of the information down below in the description box. But now we can go ahead and get into the nails. Of course, I will tell you guys how I feel a little bit more about it when I start to use it in the video. But now jumping into today's set, this is going to be my New Year's nails, which, by the way, I hope you all had a great time and celebrated. Also, just something else I wanted to mention, I did mention it in my last video, but it was with like text on the screen because I didn't have a voiceover for it. But I did do a face reveal on my community tab. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out because I know you guys has been asking me for a long time and it was so long overdue. But for the people who have seen it already and commented, I've seen and I've tried to interact with everyone's comments and like them. You guys are all so sweet, so thank you so much for all of the compliments and stuff like that. But yeah, today's video I'm gonna be doing mostly some gold and black nails, and at first I was thinking just keep this video simple, do some gel X nails just to test out the light for the curing purpose. But I thought I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a design I want to do to test out the light. I am gonna be working with Polygel only for that purpose, to test out the light, and of course we will be curing on the top coat and stuff. But right now I am currently working with an acrylic, and this is a gold reflective glitter acrylic from Kara Sky because I wanted the bottoms of these nails to have like that really gold glittery look to them. I think I've only tried this like once throughout all of my designs. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember putting like a different color underneath it. So that's basically the look I was going for, and I know I could have kept it a lot more simple just using gel polish, but I couldn't really find any gel polish with the look that I wanted. I knew this acrylic here from Kara Sky is like really glittery and really reflective, so I just ended up using this. And I did try to keep it as thin as possible on my thumb, but if you remember how that process went, I feel like it was really like see-through. It just wasn't opaque as I wanted to. So as I start on my other nails here, I am picking up bigger beads and just basically waiting until it polymerizes, so that once I place it on the nail and I go to like pat it out or blend it down, it's not getting like too separated or like it's not thinning out too much. And it did give it a better look overall. From time to time I did look underneath my nails just to make sure that they were looking how I wanted them to look, because keep in mind what we see on top is not how it's gonna look underneath. So that was basically like the main focus of what I was doing here, and I am only putting this on the tips of my nails. I'm not going all the way up because that would be pretty pointless. And so as I'm putting on this acrylic, I am trying to make them as thin as possible while still keeping them very opaque. And I'm gonna do this over all of my nails, and I'll let you guys watch until we get into the polygel application. So this is pretty much what all of the tips are looking like so far. I did see a little space on my ring finger where there was a little gap. I didn't want that to show, so I am just covering that up really quick before going into my polygel application. The polygel I'm going to use is my favorite nude from a card called a Siesta, and I'm just going to be doing this on all of my nails. I am going to be doing the 2 bead method where my first bead is focused mainly on the tip. And as you guys can see, I'm just putting a line going down the entire nail. I'm also using my wide brush from Covet Envy, which I'm not sure if her website is still up. If it is, I'll link it down below, but the last time I checked and was going to link it, I think she had it like down for maintenance or something, or a rebranding. But if it is up, I will have it down below. I do love these brushes when working with long nails like this because it does cover more surface faster than the little smaller brushes, and I'm able to smooth it out a lot faster. So basically, when I put the polygel on the nail, I dip my brush in some 91% as purple alcohol, which I use for my slip solution, And I just used the body of the brush and just pat that polygel down the center of the nail. I make sure to pat it to the entire surface. Once I've got it where I want it to be covered, then I'll go back and try to smooth everything out as smooth as I can get it. Which you guys can see I'm just doing here, making sure to brush down my sides and the free edge of my nail so that it is all straight and even. And I did go ahead and cure that for the 30 seconds and the little thumb slot for like the one finger curing, and I did tap it. I didn't have any problems with it curing, so as far as I'm concerned, it does work really good for curing. Like, even though it's really small and compact, I feel like this light still cures very, very well. So once I realized that my curing was good to go, I did go ahead and do my cuticle bead, which is going to be for my apex. And as you guys just see, I am just working that around my cuticle, leaving most of that product where my apex is going to be, and then smoothing the rest of it down. And then I went ahead and gave that another 30-second cure as well. And once that nail was good to go, I am moving on to my next nail, which you guys will see me just repeat here over the other nails that I'm going to show. And I think this was a better nail here, where you guys can see is exactly how I explain it. I put a bead going down the entire nail, pat it all the way out down the middle, and then pat it out to the sides. Once it's covered, I go ahead and smooth it out. And that's basically how I'm gonna do my application for my polygel, which is how I do all of my applications. It's so easy, so simple, really, really quick. And I would just be letting you guys watch the rest of this process play out. So I did go ahead and continue to do all of my nails. I did my index and my thumbnail off camera, and this is what the final application looks like. I think I did a pretty good job at keeping the nails not so thick, because as you guys saw, like when I was doing the gold Underneath it, it did kind of make it look a little bit thick, but with the polygel on top, I think it still looks great. Also, I am using the Melody SUSIE dust collector, which I will have linked down below. I love this dust collector. It is so small and so cute, but still works how it should. Like, it's really powerful. I'll have it linked down below. I did do all of my shaping and filing off camera, and this is what it looks like. To remove the dust, I'm just going to take a stiff manicure brush and some alcohol and just scrub the nails down around my cuticles, the length of the nail, and also underneath it, so that we can get all of these nails cleansed for the nail art. And this is how they look. I think they look really good. I love the shaping on these nails. They're so cute. I do see a few dents in my nails. I think I accidentally did that with my nail drill, but I am going to cover it with nail art, so it doesn't really matter. And then here's how the underside of my nail looks. So now that the base is done, I am going to take a black gel polish and do a full coverage on my pinky nail, and I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds. Still using this black gel polish, I'm going to take a liner brush and do a French tip over on my ring finger and my index. One thing I did notice after the fact, once I was done curing on my gel, so when it comes to curing on this black gel polish, I did have a few wrinkles in my nails, like towards the tip of all of them, I believe. I don't know if it was because the nail were too long or because that part of the light doesn't have like the little bulbs on the side, so it didn't really cure right, or maybe it was because the gel polish is black and maybe I added on layers that were a little too thick. I don't really know the reason, if it was because of the light or the gel polish, but I didn't realize once I was curing them, but after I was adding on like my other details to the nails, I did notice. But if you do end up getting this light, keep in mind that it's probably not the best to add on layers that's too thick, because it's not really like a full size light. But either way, I did want to mention that that's just like the only downside I saw to this light, but other than that, it did work great. Also, I did want to mention that this design is just something I came up with like literally before I start doing my design. I did try to find some inspo on Pinterest or like Instagram, but nothing was really like pulling me in, so I just used one of Kate's nail templates and just created a simple black and gold design, which I will have the template up on the screen. It didn't really turn out how I wanted it to look because, like I said, I did make the design literally right before I started, so I didn't have enough time to plan, and the things I wanted on my nails I didn't really make sure that I had. So I did end up kind of switching out some things and just doing some things a little different. But right now I am taking the spider gel from Makartt, and I am going to be using the black, white, and gold and just layering some of the spider gel on my middle nail. And this spider gel was so sticky. I think after this nail was done, I was just so over the entire design, because for one, I did have to keep changing my glove and it was so hard to touch things. Like, I didn't want to touch the light, I couldn't touch the jars because everything would like stick. And this is exactly how spider gel is supposed to work, but this is gonna be the last time I decide to use 3 different colors all at once. One thing I did have trouble with is like my gloves. I did have to keep changing them out. After I used the black, I couldn't dip into the white and the gold because then the colors would just start mixing. So what I end up doing is just taking another glove and just cutting out like the finger parts and just replacing those on my fingers so I didn't have to keep using full gloves. That did save time. I think that was pretty smart. I did cure for 30 seconds after each layer, and after the white, when I got to the gold, that one was just so sticky too, where I just didn't even end up putting it on camera. But I will show you guys like the aftermath of the jar compared to how it looks now. Just so nice and clean, and even compared to the white and black spider gel I was using, like look at this, it was just so sticky, it was getting everywhere. So I just didn't even show it on camera and just spare you all the terrifying details of that nail. But after I got on the gold, of course I cured for another 30 seconds, and now I'm taking this gold glitter here from Not Polish and just outlining my French tips. This was not a part of the design I did on the nail templates. Like I said, I did end up changing some stuff. One thing I didn't really like, or I should have thought about a little bit more, when it comes to my gold nail products, they're never the same shade of gold, and I didn't want that to like throw off my nails. So I was really careful of what gold items I was gonna use. Like this gold here, it doesn't have too much of like a gold color to it, but the glitters are gold. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it's just like a small hint of gold where it's not like changing the outcome of the color, and I felt like it did match the other ones as well. So after I did that, I am gonna do a full hand cure using this light, and I think that was my first full hand cure of this light, and I actually like it. It's really unique. Also, something I did off camera is I got some solid gel and I did this little ring here on my pinky nail. I kind of wish I did it smaller, but I love seeing those designs on nails. That's basically what I tried to do. Again, this was not in my original idea. I kind of just wanted to do some stripes going down this nail. I couldn't find a regular gold gel polish that was the same shade, so I just ended up doing something else, which this is what I thought of. But I'm just putting on some of the Kara Sky Rub-On Chrome Powder Gel Top Coat, because I am going to be applying some of their gold chrome powder to the ring on my nail and everything on like the outer parts where I'm putting this gel. This chrome powder was a little bit different, but again, I just kind of wanted to get through this design. So I'm just applying this chrome powder here on this ring and all of these surrounding areas on the outside. And just to make sure I can get in those smaller areas, I did switch to a makeup applicator to finish rubbing on that chrome powder, and then I did go back over it with that rub-on chrome top coat and cure just to seal everything in. And just to finish off this nail design, I am taking out these gold rhinestones that I got from Temu. I have them linked down below. And this is pretty much all I did to them. On my index nail, I did mix some of that gold chrome powder with some top coat and just write out 2025. Just to add like that shade of gold back into my nails, because I didn't want that one to be the only one with that shade of gold. So that's what I did there. That was actually a part of the original design. I just didn't really know what I was going to write it out with, so that ended up being a great idea. And now I'm just adding on my top coat. For my middle nail, I am going to add some of the rhinestones at the top above my spider gel, and I am going to be adding on 2 charms to my French tip nails, which are my thumb and my ring finger. Originally, I did want to just put a gold bow, but I ended up getting some gold Chanel charms. I wasn't really sure how that was gonna look, but it did make my nails look a little bit more glamorous. So I think I really did end up liking how that looked. So I'll just let you guys finish out watching the rest of this process happen, and then I'll be back once I finish. after I'm done with my design and I got my charms cured in place, I'm just adding on some top coat as always to top it off and re-nourish my cuticles. Once I rub that in, this is how the finished set looks. And overall, it wasn't really what I envisioned, especially because my pinky nail was just so different. I do love the outcome of these nails. I didn't mention it while I was creating these, but I was so close to stopping after that gold spider gel. But I'm glad I didn't because I really love the way this turned out. They look really cute and simple. I love the gold and black usage of these. I just feel like they really gave what I was going for. I think out of all of them, I actually really love that spider gel nail. Like, there's just something about it. It looks so good in the black Frenches. And then here's how they look in the sun. I was finally able to catch the sun out because lately it's just been so rainy and gloomy, which in my opinion they look even better. And I actually really love the Chanel charms. I feel like they look really elegant. And then also here's how underneath my nails look. Because that glitter was just so reflective and sparkly, I did want to show you guys how they look in the sun. They also sparkle like this as well under direct flash. I didn't get any under the flash, but this here is good enough so that you guys can see how it turned out. This was also one of my favorite parts about this nail design as well. And that basically wraps up today's video. Let me know what you thought about today's set, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.